Hey guys, Scott Flip Customize here. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a few weeks since we posted a video, but I wanted to post one today because you know we do a lot of rough country lifts and installs, and we do other company lift kits as well. But I just wanted to talk about today a little bit that comes with lifted trucks. So basically, the maintenance, the things that a lot of people overlook. When you lift a truck, such as this one behind us here, this is a 2017 GMC Sierra with a 7.5-inch suspension lift in it. They're running 37-inch tires. This is a half-ton truck. It's a big lift for this truck. It's been on this truck for years. This customer takes very good care of this truck. He is up on his maintenance. And what I mean by maintenance is a couple of things. Let's get into it. I just want to show you like maintenance versus wear and tear items and things that you really should be looking for. All right, first things first, maintenance. All right, what is maintenance on a lifted truck? Really, any truck. It's a good idea, and this truck is in here for this now, is front and rear differential service. Especially these trucks, if you're actually out there wheeling it and in the mud and the water, you could get a little intrusion, stuff like that. So front and rear differential fluid changes, transmission service changes are often overlooked, as well as transfer case. That is another overlooked, very overlooked item that guys are just not changing the fluid in. And they don't hold a ton, and it's usually not that hard to do on a lot of these trucks. Some of the transmission services can be more involved. Some of them not so much. Now, obviously your oil changes, greasing your front ends. A lot of these lift kits and stuff will come with greasable bushings, but a lot of guys aren't greasing them and/or aren't greasing them when they put things together. Things wear out. Up here in the Northeast, we deal with rust. Heavy, hard, salty, gross environment, and things rust out. So up here, we do a lot of like oil undercoating and stuff that protects it. This truck has been done a few years ago. Excuse me, and it'll get done again when we're done working on it here today. Now, I wanted to show you a couple other things as far as things to check and high wear items. Check it out. So when they say, you know, you put a lift kit in and after the first 500 miles, you should bring it back in and get it checked out. It is a very good idea to do that. You should at least do it yourself. What we do here at Flip and Customize is we mark all our fasteners with a paint or a torque seal type of mark on the fasteners. So you would see like a little yellow mark if it was something that we did. So it's a visual cue so you could see if something has moved or loosened. We did not install this lift kit. This customer actually bought this truck this way several years ago. And as you can see by some of the rust and stuff in the components, it's been in here for years. So it's a good idea to give it a once-over. All right, and by once over, I mean like such as this. It's got the big lift blocks in it. You want to check your U-bolts. You want to look for signs that things are moved and or leaking, such as your rear shocks, your suspension. One thing that we found on this is you get a lot of these rear subframe or front and rear subframe drops, especially on these Chevys. As you can see by the rust right here, and then around this bolt, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's significant movement around that bolt, as so to the point where it has egged out the holes and it's causing literally a banging and/or clicking sound when this truck takes off. This item here is replaceable, this rear subframe. We're gonna do that for them. We can just tighten it down at least temporarily, but we need to get this ordered and replaced because what that's doing is it's causing all this torque, and you get all that torque on that bolt and it's egging that hole out over time. And that comes down to just checking your fasteners and checking your tightness, whether it's visual or with a torque wrench. Another thing to check on these is your upper control arm bushings. This one here actually has a couple bad upper control arm bushings. These are kryptonite upper control arms. They're very good, they're greasable. They don't appear to have been greased, but we're gonna get those replaced because they are worn out and they are replaceable. Obviously, ball joints, you wanna check on your ball joints frequently because you're adding a lot of stress and everything to the front end when you have a lifted truck. Tie rod ends, tie rod itself. All right, on to that rear subframe I was talking about that had the evidence. You see the rust, you see the water coming out, stuff like that. It's evidence that the bolt is loose. Both of these bolts right now, I just put a wrench on the head. I haven't touched it. Are extremely loose, and that can happen over time. So it's very important. You're gonna get that banging and clanging over time, and it's gonna get worse. Just another reason right here, you gotta check this stuff out. It's that important. Now, a lot of lifted trucks are gonna have your front differential itself dropped. When that is dropped, in general, that's gonna have its own drop brackets. Everything has fasteners. Everything should be checked for tightness to make sure things are not coming loose on you. It does happen. I can't stress it enough. When we say get your vehicle checked again after 500 miles, come in, give it a once over, probably take an hour. It's worth it. It's cheap insurance, or do it yourself, but at least do it. Okay, it's that important. And this one has like a combo lift. This one is a rough country lift that's in this one now, as well as some different upgraded suspension parts, such as the kryptonite upper control arms on this thing, and some other goodies. This truck is actually in good shape. We're going to throw a set of spark plugs at it as well, but I kind of wanted to go through it today and give you just the things you should check when you have a lifted truck. Bearings, wheel bearings. A lot of your trucks today are sealed. Non-serviceable wheel bearings. You put big wheels and tires on this thing compared to stock. This being a 37, you put a lot of extra stress on those wheel bearings. Check your bearings for play. Brakes. Now you got to stop these big wheels and tires from turning. It's not a bad idea to do a brake upgrade, at least a pad and rotor upgrade. We do a lot with Power Stop here. They have a heavy duty and extreme tow ready package that we're actually going to be putting on this truck here. It does make a difference as well. He does tow with this truck too. As you can see, this is set up pretty well, and he does quite a bit of stuff with it. And one other thing too is rotating your tires. That's just something common that you should do all the time, whether you have a lifted truck or not. Tires are expensive, and as you know, buying lifted big tires, 37s or anything like that, they cost a fortune. So you want to get as much life as you can out of these tires, and one way to do that is to keep them rotated. Rotate them frequently, rotate them often. It's not going to hurt it. At least every 5,000 miles. Yep. And I know people today drive the living crap out of their stuff, so get these things rotated, or, well, you buy tires that much more often, and we can sell you tires. Don't get me wrong, but I'd rather see you get the life out of the tires that you deserve. All right, I wanted to show you I was talking about how we mark fasteners as we tighten them. This is tamper seal. You can get it just about anywhere. So you can get it on Amazon as well. Paint marker, whatever you got. But as you can see, like that fastener that was loose, and along with all the other fasteners, we went ahead and marked them all when we tightened them. It's a visual cue. One, you've been there, you've tightened that because you can see it. And two, it's a nice visual cue. If something loosened up, you'd be able to see that as well. Taught that a long time ago by an old timer, and I've always done it, especially on chassis work. Now, there are all kinds of companies out there that do lift kits and suspension kits, and I don't care which one it is and what your preference is or what your flavor is, and different levels from all budgets as well. But the key to it all is when you install these things, it's not a one and done. You really need to follow up. You need to check your front end, especially when you're installing the kits as well. You don't want to install a kit on a front end that has bad ball joints or anything like that. And then you follow up with that stuff and go ahead and check out your front end, your rear end, your bearings, everything that could go wrong on these trucks, especially when lifted. And if you're using it off-road, you're going to want to do it more often because you're going to find more stuff. It's just the way it is. It's the nature of the beast. It's things that come along with having a lifted, bigger truck. Again, just being a half ton, it's the same thing applies for half, 3/4 or 1 ton diesel pickups or anything like that. You lift them, you alter them, you're going to have stuff move. So check on that stuff, get it taken care of, just like we are with this truck. Get him back on the road, get him out, having fun wheeling with this truck again, get some maintenance done, get some things replaced, and he's good to go. I just want to do a quick video today on suspension, lift kits, upgrades, maintenance, stuff like that. If you like what you see, you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and drop a comment. Drop a comment, let us know how we're doing. Drop a comment, let us know how we're not doing, or you hold that one back. But anyway, this is Scott from Customize. Have a great day, guys.